Since I started using Claude Code and WordPress, my processes and workflows have completely changed. It's like I have a junior developer right there with me where I'm able to offload a lot of my tasks. From small things like creating blog posts or building new pages, even optimizing SEO, and the bigger stuff like adding GSAP animations or creating new features for elements or even building my own plugins. This is a simple step-by-step guide for connecting Claude Code or other AI agents like Codex to a WordPress website locally, and it's only going to take a few minutes. We're going to be focusing on safety, security, and following best practices, so this is the perfect way to get started. To get started and use Claude Code in WordPress, we're going to need at least the Pro plan in Claude, and this is the only thing we're going to be paying for. Everything else will be free. We're going to need an MCP. For this, we'll be using Novamira. Then we're going to use some agent skills for WordPress, and these are just going to help Claude Code to perform better. We also need our WordPress local setup. For this video, I'll be using Local by Flywheel, but if you're using another one like WordPress Studio, XAMPP, or any others, it's all going to work the same. And we're starting off doing this locally, which means the WordPress website lives on our computer. It is not a live website that's inside of our hosting. And that is because it is a learning process. We're going to be making mistakes while we're learning. Claude is going to mess things up. And the last thing we want to do is to use it on a live website and break things, which is just going to cause bigger problems. To learn and to get started, my suggestion is to start off with local websites. But once you got good at this and you build some confidence and ready to use it on a live website, well, I do have a follow-up video coming right after this one to show how to connect Claude Code to a live website. That's coming out in a few days. But for now, let's be extra safe and cautious and stick to local. It takes only minutes to connect Claude Code to WordPress, and we could go directly into WordPress, but instead we are going to use an MCP, because without the MCP, it is like Claude Code drunken and blind, stumbling around in the dark and making a mess of things. We don't want that. The MCP is going to give clear guidance and direct Claude Code or other AI agents as well. And that's where the free plugin Novamira comes in. Next, for best practices, we are going to be adding a Claude.md file. Now, this Claude.md file is like the do's and don'ts, the rules and guardrails that you set up. This way we could train Claude Code to work the way we want it to work in our website. And then we are going to add some skills, and this is going to enhance the abilities how Claude Code could work on our website. And for this, WordPress itself has already created specific skills for AI agents. Let's start by creating a new website here inside Local by Flywheel. I'm going to call this Claude Test, and we'll add the site. And now we're installing a new WordPress website, something clean to get started with. And here's our website, a clean install. Now let's go ahead and connect Claude Code to the website. I'm going to be using the Claude Code app. There are a few different ways to do this. You could use the terminal, you could use VS Code. I like the desktop app. I just find it easier to work in. I'm also going to be setting it up on auto mode. Plan mode is going to be the safest mode. I'm only using auto mode. This way I don't get stopped to answer a lot of questions. But if I'm doing something serious for a real project, I'm using plan mode. The first thing is we need to connect it to our folder. So we're going to open the folder, and now we need to find that local website. For Local by Flywheel, it is going to be under local sites. If you're using WordPress Studio or XAMPP or another one, you're going to have another folder inside of your home directory. Let's go and find it. This is the one, Claude Test. Now I'm going to go to app, to public, and this is what we want to connect it to, because by connecting it to public, it is then going to be connected to all of our WordPress files. So let's open it, Trust Workspace, and let's give it a prompt. Check the connection, make sure you can read this website. We do not have an MCP created yet. That's okay. We just want to verify that you're able to read the WordPress files on this website. And that took about 20 seconds. It shows that the connection is verified. That's perfect. Now it can read the files, but we want to give it the ability to write, which means it could add code. It could complete tasks that we give it. This is where now we need to add the MCP. Here in Novamira, just download the zip, and I'll be leaving links for everything that you're seeing inside of the description of this video. No affiliates or anything like that. This is just what I am using. Let's go back to the dashboard, to our plugins. Let's add the plugin, go ahead and install it, activate it, and now we are ready to go. Let's go to the setup. In the configuration, we want to make sure to turn on AI abilities for the site. Let's go ahead and select OK. It is just giving you warnings. We got to be careful with it, but this is the reason why we are doing this locally. Let's go ahead and select generate application password. And now from here, what we need to do is to grab this text and just give it to Claude Code and ask Claude Code to install this. Go back over to Claude, paste that in. I'm going to add in something else because when we install this, by default, it'll usually install it globally. Now, the way this works with Claude on your device, let's go over to the files because I think this is really important to understand. I'm going to select Shift Command dot to see our dot files. We have our Claude JSON. This is where the MCP goes. It'll just paste it in here. And this is globally, which means it'll run across the entire machine. But there is another option to run it only site-wide. Maybe we want the MCP to not be global and only be on the site, which means if we go back over to our local sites, to our actual site we're working on, app and public, it'll install it here. That way the MCP is just with the site and not for every single website that we have on our device. The same is going to be for skills, so we'll take a look at that coming up. But here's what I'm going to tell Claude. Install the MCP on the site, not globally. That's it. Let's let it do its thing. And it took about 2 minutes. It is connected. Real quick though, let's go take a look at those files. We can see Claude created its files. And here we go, the MCP JSON, it added it directly into the site. Now, if you see, it is telling us to exit and relaunch. Anytime we add an MCP during the session, we have to close down Claude and restart it in order for Claude to read it. So I'm just going to close the session, quit the app, and now relaunch the app. And now let's test the connection. Let's test the MCP. Let me know if the MCP is connected. And then after you've tested that connection, give me a list of the plugins, pages, and posts that are on this website. And we can see here, everything is connected. It's active. We are ready to go. We now have Claude working inside of a WordPress website. There's still a couple things we need to add to follow best practices and get better results. And that's going to be adding the Claude.md file and some skills. So first off, let's do the skills. Here in GitHub, this is by WordPress. Here are the agent skills, and we can see the skills right here. Now to add them, what we're going to do is just go copy this prompt right here, paste this in here, and just tell Claude, install these skills. Now these we can install globally, or we can install them on the website. I prefer to do my WordPress skills globally because I use this across many websites. You do it once globally, and then anytime you build anything locally on your computer, it is going to be able to use those skills. Going back to our files, let's go to our Claude file here. Again, we need to have the dot files open. Let's go find Claude. And here it is, our .claude file. We're going to scroll down and we're going to see our skills. These are all of our local skills right here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just delete them all. And now I'm going to install them again so you can see how this works. I hit install, let it do its thing. Let's also pull this up right here and just watch it happen in real time. And it's still working. You can see it's at 2 minutes, but it did install them. That's it. And we never have to do it again because it is globally. Now, one more thing, that is that Claude.md file. And this I found to be extremely useful because I am able to tell Claude what not to do. When it makes mistakes, we set a rule so it no longer makes a mistake. But real quick, let's do one more thing on our website. We're going to go and add a new plugin. And this I feel is an absolute must if we are using Claude Code on our website, and that is to have a code management plugin because we want to containerize anything that it does. We do not want it touching core files. We don't want it just creating PHP and putting it wherever it wants to go. We need to be able to give a specific direction, telling it, hey, only put your code here. And by using a code management plugin, I'm going to be using Fluent Snippets for this. We are going to be able to manage that code. So if it does anything and it, let's say, breaks something, well, we could go into our code snippet. We could unpublish it, deactivate it. So that way we remove whatever blunder it may have made. Back over to Claude Code. Let's give it a command to start that Claude.md file. And that there is going to be the first of many, many rules. And that was it. It took less than a minute. It was very fast. Let's go back over to our site so you can see where you can find this. We're going to go back to our local sites, to the website we're working on, public, and we can see the Claude.md file here. If we open it up, we can see that it did create its rules. Now, this is going to be a work in progress because as you go along, you're going to find Claude does things you do not want it to do. When it does that, and it makes mistakes, we create rules. So this way it doesn't make the same mistake twice. Now we are ready to go. I want to create one very simple task. And this is to create some blog posts. And this, I feel, is one of those useful tasks. When I'm building a website, I would need to fill in some dummy blog posts in order to design and style the blogs and to create them. Now let's see how it did on this task. Okay, that took a little longer than expected, but I think that was because we had it download the images. I could have gone on Unsplash, downloaded images, uploaded them, and it would have saved time and tokens. But still, this is just an example. I'll refresh this. Let's take a look at what we got, and we could check it followed all of the directions that we gave. Nothing weird showing up. And if we look at it in the front end, okay, we got a good starting blog. And the whole purpose of this task right here was to speed up something that I normally would do. And this is where I feel is the best place to start using Claude inside of WordPress. Not going in and telling Claude, hey, build this entire website on Elementor. That is not where to start. And I know there are going to be some videos out there saying to do that. But here's the thing. If we're building websites for clients, we need to be responsible. There are a lot of things we need to consider. Security, safety, following best practices. The best way to do this is to start off small. Look for the little things that you could get started with. Get used to it. Build that CLAUDE.md file. Create a process in a system. When you are ready for the next step and using this on an actual live website. Well, I have a follow-up video coming up right after this one showing how to connect Claude Code to a live website. A staging website, of course. We're never going to do this on an actual live website that people are visiting. And that's coming up next. So don't forget to do that good YouTube stuff. If you do want to check it out, you know the deal, like and subscribe. I really do appreciate the support. And if you do have any questions, definitely leave them inside of the comments. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.